This spring, hungry. I came out this fall camp hungry as well. I ain't played no real football, in terms of meaningful minutes in the game or anything. So that's still on the front of my mind, being able to impact the game for my teammates.
But I was asking Coach Day about it, a couple of weeks ago. Do they have to sort of keep you in mind when they're scheming now about things they can throw at teams? You know what I mean? You feel like, and he said, yeah, but you feel like you have kind of proven you kind of need to be in the attack some form of fashion.
Right. Yeah. I think I've proven that. I'm a weapon to use, and I can hurt people. I can do different things. I can score points. So I think, I definitely proved that. I believe.
What's the biggest feedback you're getting from Coach Alford and maybe Coach Day as well about how your spring went, what you still need to improve, and what they're happy seeing from you, as you transition here into camp?
Yeah, my spring was well. They let me know that my spring was well, but then toot my horn too much to the point where my head got too big. Still the message was put your head down, keep working, and that's all I've been doing this fall, this summer, just keep my head down working.
When you say your head got too big, what do you mean?
No, they were keeping it from getting too big.
Okay, so it didn't. So you kept yourself in check too.
Yeah, Coach Mick did a good job of that.
So
you didn't get a new helmet?
Nah, I didn't get no new helmet.
If you got thrown in game one, how confident would you be?
Oh, as confident as I would be in practice. That's why we do this. That's why we go so hard in practice to prepare and meet like this. So when we get to the game, September 3rd, you put me in there, it feels like practice. I got 1,000% confidence.
For some players that come here and it happens immediately, some players have to kind of pay their dues a little bit. You paid your dues a little bit, right? I mean, is that what you feel?
Yeah, I feel like I pay my dues.
Does that make you more hungry? I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
I feel like I'm still paying my dues, in a way. I had a good spring, but, it's still kind of young around here, about to go to my actual freshman season. So, I'm still doing that. Still some older guys be trying me sometimes, but it's good. It's all competition. I love the guys.
When does the spark go off in your head when you got the ball in your hands? Is it a quick flip out of the backfield? Is it between the tackles? I mean, we see you, basically being an edge, a guy that can get to the edge quick and go and stuff. And what really lights your fire?
Grass. Seeing a lot of green grass anywhere I see it on the field.
Grass?
Yeah, any grass, fake grass, real grass. If I see it's open, I'm gonna run there and turn it on.
Evan, can I ask you a weird one? Who are your roommates this year that you'll be living with?
So we moved. So initially it was our roommate was me, Denzel, Trey, and Jensen Dunn. So we all moved, whatever. I'm just staying with Jensen right now. It's my guy. Me and Jensen like that. So.
How important is that? This is where you go back to relax, right, and get away. Picking a roommate. How do you figure out who you want to live with, and what are you looking for?
I'm just looking for someone real, someone all the guys here are real. Just who you have a tight bond with. And I feel like it could have been any of us could have lived together again, but I feel like it was more so just about growing up. We getting older. Guys gonna turn 21. But I stay with JD because, me and JD we're close off rip. Jansen Dunn, close off rip, just always been my friend. As a freshman, you go through a lot of things, being in the same room with those guys, going back there. Maybe you didn't have the best day at fall camp or whatever it was the freshman year. You go through those things, you work through things with those guys, so you develop a special relationship.
Why do you think you and Jansen hit it off like that? Why are you guys so tight?
I don't know. That's a good question. Probably I was doing them in Madden for the longest, so we didn't like each other at first because we just kept losing, and then we got tight. So
okay, and one more weird one. How much do you think about trying to eat the right foods when you're, back in your apartment or whatever, when you're not at the Woody, and do you have a guilty pleasure of man, I just got to get some of this because I'm in the mood for it?
Yeah, I do. I still try and keep my diet, intact.
Yeah.
Eating upstairs with Kayla, things like that. But in terms of guilty eating, I'll probably say so my girlfriend was here. I went to Insomnia Cookies probably 5 out of 6 days, just because I was bored or whatever. We had a little break, but other than that, that's as sweet as it gets.
What's Jansen saying about the new defense? Does he talk much about it? I know you can't give away too many secrets, but just overall, what's he saying about Jim Knowles and this new defense?
He actually he got the hang of it. At first in the spring, he was new to all the guys, so maybe it wasn't as smooth or anything. They thought about it some type of way, but just listening to Jansen, he's more comfortable in it. And seeing him at our practice too, finally seeing him out of practice from his injury, love to see it. You know, Jensen just out there moving around, looking good as well.
Talking to CJ and JSN at Big Ten Media Days, they were saying going up against the defense in spring was harder than it was during practice last year. Would you concur with that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we came back off of this past season, you know, with an edge, you know, with something to prove, not to only you guys, the fans, the world, but to ourselves as well. So I think that's why the competition just went up this season.
What's been your reaction, whatever you want to call it, maybe working with Dallin? What do you see as special in him?
Man, Dallin is a real special back. You know, I think when you talk about like me, Trey, Mayan, you know, all the good backs come through, you got to mention Dallin's name as well, because Dallin comes through. He can do he do some things better than I could as a freshman. You know, coming in this summer, I definitely wouldn't have had the playbook down as much as he has right now. So he's done a great job coming in, learning the things. You know, now he's starting to put it to the field. You know, in his actions, you know, starting to get reps, and it's just all starting to come together. I'm excited for him.
Let me ask one
Last
thing.
question right here. We got mine ready.
Was it tough last year a little at one point seeing Trevia kind of get that first shot? You know what I mean?